2020, year 2020, it's I would say one of the hardest years for almost everybody, and it's been difficult not being able to see your families, not being able to see your friends, not being able to travel, not able to do whatever that you really want because you have to stay indoors, you have to stay in isolation, you can't travel. You just have to like stay in one place, which is either with your family or wherever you were at that time when there was lockdown. You were obviously going to stay there. So yes guys, in today's video I'm going to share with you my story about COVID-19. And yes guys, I had corona. So this is an awareness video, and I'm just sharing this so that people are aware that COVID-19 is real, guys. It's there, it's out there, guys, and people need to take it seriously. And people right now, they're sort of relaxing and thinking, it's just gonna go away just like that, but it's there. Yes, I had corona. That was way back in April, and it's been like 4 or 5 months after. And yes, I've been tested again and I tested negative. So guys, today this video is about me. It's sort of a story, and I will share my story about corona, my signs and symptoms, my experience actually, and my recovery. And so guys, this is not an easy topic to talk about, but I felt I needed to share this with everybody, and so that people can understand and be aware that people that you know, they've actually suffered from COVID-19. And guys, I understand that you all want to know that was I tested. And yes guys, I was tested. I've been tested for the 3rd time now, but my positive COVID test result came on my 2nd test. Why? I will explain that. So this is how it happened. So I started having these funny symptoms, and I remember I was working and I just felt like I had a very, very, very dry throat. I couldn't clear my throat easily. I felt like I had this thick layer of it felt like glue on my throat. So every time I would try to swallow, it was so difficult for me to swallow anything. Besides that, my throat was always dry, and I had loss of appetite as well. I tried to eat, I tried to drink, but I wasn't eating as much as I wanted, or as much as I used to without all this COVID-19. But then I wasn't aware that I had COVID-19. So what I did was I had cups of tea, cups of coffee, but I still felt like my throat was really dry. And the more I took all these drinks, they were just, sitting in my tummy. And because I had this funny taste in my mouth, every time I would drink, it would just go in my tummy, and then I felt bloated. I felt like my tummy was full of fluid, but I wasn't like passing a lot of urine, so it was just there in my tummy, and I felt nauseous because of that. So guys, it's really hard talking about this, but I felt I should share it with you. So basically, this is what I had. Like for my signs and symptoms, I had loss of appetite. That's number 1. And I felt very nauseous. I had a funny taste in my mouth, and I had this thick thick secretions just sitting there on my throat, and it was so hard to clear them. I had a bit of headache, but it would come in here and there, but it wasn't like every time. So I would take paracetamol for that and it would get better. So what actually happened with me was, in the mornings I would wake up and feel like I feel so much better, and I'm thinking I'm getting better, I'm getting better. By the time you get to like 11 o'clock, it will be like I would be like just feel tired, I can't breathe. I remember there was a day I actually like went down the stairs, and then I went and I just peeled like onions. I peeled onions, you know, like all the citrus fruits. I just put them, lemons, ginger, and I just boiled them. I took this little blanket and then I covered myself, and it was boiling. I was trying to breathe and breathe and breathe. I don't know how to call it in English, but it's called kunatera in my language. But it was when I think about that day, it was like the hardest day ever. So I was breathing that hot air, and I remember feeling so much better. And then I came back and slept, and after that, when I woke up, it was around 3 o'clock. I felt so much better, but then I just said to myself, if I continue like this, I'm not going to get any better. So this is what I need to do. So I got on the phone and I called 111. And guess what? I said to them, I have a chest infection. I haven't been tested for COVID-19, but I have a chest infection. I know myself, I know this is what is happening to me. And I need some antibiotics. So they said, okay, we're going to organize that with your GP and all that, so you'll probably get them tomorrow. And then I said, okay. Then I waited and waited. Nothing happened. No phone call from my GP. So I said, I'm calling my GP straight up. So that's what I did. I called my GP, and oh guys, my GP said, okay, I'll get you some antibiotics, then can you go ahead and pick them up? I said, yes, I can pick them up. So they were ready in a few hours. I went to a pharmacy. I got my antibiotics. So I was prescribed amoxicillin for a week. So I took my medication. I tried as much as possible to eat my medication, to take my medication. And there was one thing that used to help me a lot, at least to sleep, was alcohol. So I had whiskey in the house, so I would take a shot, and definitely once I take that shot, my throat would feel so much better. I'm not saying this will work for anybody, but this is what happened to me. This is my experience. So just to put a disclaimer, this is my experience. I'm just sharing with you my experience. So I used to take shots of whiskey, and it would heat up all of my body, and I felt so much better, especially on my throat, because I think that was my worst problem. So with that, I stopped taking these shots, and then because I was taking antibiotics, I started taking the antibiotics, and that was for 7 days. Day 3, I still don't feel better. Me, I'm like, what is this now? If I'm not getting better with these antibiotics, then what is going to help me? And I wasn't planning to go to hospital, because at that time going to hospital was like going to hospital, and you know, it was just scary going to hospital. So I said to myself, okay, what am I going to do now? I said, let me just keep taking the antibiotics until the 7 days is over. So I took the antibiotics, and after 7 days, yes, I felt so much better. But I wasn't like fit, but I felt so much better. I had improved. So basically, I would say the thing that actually helped me was having these drinks. The lemon tea with ginger and honey, it actually helped me. And having to breathe in some hot air every time. Sometimes I would, someone suggested to me that you should just put a little bit of Vicks in the water, and then cover yourself in a blanket, and then start to breathe in. And I did that, and to be honest, it helped me. It actually helped me. I don't know if it's going to help you, but this is what helped me. So I did that, and I had my antibiotics. I finished my course, and yes, a little bit of whiskey. A little bit of whiskey, yes. So that was my 3rd week, because I was in isolation for 2 weeks with no medication whatsoever, and I wasn't improving. So my 3rd week, that's when I got antibiotics, and I finished the course, and I would say I felt so much better. So in all this process, I never actually felt like I should tell my mom about me being unwell, but I did tell my brother, and I told my dad as well. So I told my dad, I said, you know what, please don't tell mom, because knowing my mom, she would be she would actually start getting sick herself. So I said, please don't tell her, but if things get really bad, I will tell you. Then you can tell her, but for now, let's just hope for the best. So my brother and my dad were very supportive, and yes, obviously my husband, because I was with him, I was living with him. It was throughout I was with my husband, so he was like with me through it all. So I kept it under wraps, and when I finally told my mother, it was months later. This is the reaction that she gave me. She was like, I said, Mom, I'm much better now, and I'm talking to you, and it's been like months after I tested positive. I actually got tested recently, and I tested negative. So you have nothing to worry about. I know I should have told you, but I felt I shouldn't, because you would give us problems. You would let your BP go high up, and then that would be another problem as well. So I actually talked to Dai and said, we can't tell you unless if things go west. My mother was like,
everything you know is in your mind.
Imagine if I had told her when I was unwell, and with that reaction that she gave me months later, when she knew I was already back at work, I was doing everything, I was well and everything. Imagine with that reaction, if I had told you when I was already unwell, what would have happened? What would she have done? She would be unwell herself. So I just said, Mom, you know what? This is the same reason why I said to Dad, we can't tell you unless if things really, really like go west, like I'm really, really, really unwell. I said, we are not telling you this. So eventually she came around. She said, okay, since you say you're okay. I said, Mom, it's been months. So she actually like, okay, I understand, but just tell me if anything next time, just tell me. And I said, okay. I apologized for that, of course, and but some things you just have to do them, because if you tell our African mothers, they will take it like it's their problem now. Now they'll be the ones who are sick. They'll be unwell for you. Ha! African mothers, we love them. They'll take that burden from you and make it theirs. So I felt that was the best thing to do. So guys, this is my story. I just felt like I should share it with you. And guys, COVID-19 is there and it's real, and I actually tested positive for it, but it's been months now, and I got tested last week, and that was in first week of September, and I actually tested negative. I will share my last results with you. My positive test, to be honest guys, I got it over the phone. Of all things, I got it over the phone, which was like the worst experience. I don't know which was better, if getting it or over the phone, like getting a phone call is better than getting a text message, because obviously when you get a text message, when you open it, you don't know what it is, and then boom, it's so draining. It's just something that you just not wish anybody to go through. But I also would like to thank some of my friends who were very supportive. Some of them, I actually told them no, because when I first got my test, that was inconclusive. I didn't tell them I was going back for the test, because at that time everyone was like, you know, when there's that stigma that you have COVID-19, you have coronavirus, and you really don't want to tell people. So I think now people understand a little bit about it. And guys, let's remember the most important things, which is to wash our hands. Let's wash our hands properly. Guys, I think that's the most important thing. If you don't have water or soap around you, please always move around with hand sanitizer. Do not touch your face, do not touch your head. Whenever you go into a supermarket, you know, there are some places that we go to and we don't really like think about it that much. But you know, those trolleys, everybody is picking that trolley and then going in. I know some supermarkets, they will have like sanitize, and then you wipe everything, and then you destroy it, you put it in the rubbish bin, then you can go in, you can sanitize your hands as well. You can always use gloves. If you don't feel safe, use gloves and then dispose them once you get out of the shop. And guys, let's wash our hands, let's sanitize our hands. I think that's the best advice anybody can give you. I don't have any other advice to share with you, but I was just sharing my experiences. So if you think this is going to help somebody, or just to create awareness of the COVID-19 and what is out there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions for me, please write in the comment section. I'll just share my experiences. I am not an expert in anything, but this is what I went through, and I thought I should share it with you. And if you have any questions, any concerns, please just write in the comment section, and then I will reply to that. And thank you so much for your support. Have a good day, guys. Bye.